Hey, what's going on everyone? Hopefully everyone's having a great day. In this video, we're going to be talking about my favorite budget IEMs. So here we have the ER2SE. Here we have the ER4SR. This is the C Audio Yume. This is a Moondrop Chew. And this is the Tin Hi-Fi P1 Max. So let's start off with the cheapest one. So this is the Moondrop Chew. The tuning on it is really good. You get a good upper mid-range. It's pretty forward. But if you're not a fan of that Moondrop tuning, it might be a little too much upper mid-range for you. But yeah, so overall this IEM doesn't have that bad of a weakness. You get a decent bass sound. It has a good punch to it. It won't go as low as some more expensive IEMs, but this IEM only costs like $20. So yeah, you get a pretty smooth treble, forward upper mid-range, and really good amounts of detail. And it competes with way more expensive pairs. So if you're in college or maybe even in high school and you don't have that much money, I'd say just get the Moondrop Chew and then keep saving up money to get something better down the line. If I only had $20, I would just get the Moondrop Chew and just live with it. So the only weakness the Moondrop Chew has is it doesn't have a good soundstage or imaging. It's kind of closed in and you don't get good depth perception about where everything is placed and the relative distances with the instruments. But for $20, you're not going to get anything that much better. And then let's talk about the ER2SE. So this is still, I think, one of the best dynamic drivers I've ever heard. It only costs $100. Sounds pretty spot on. You get a lot of detail. It's way more detailed than the Moondrop Chew. The treble is smooth. The bass is pretty flat. And what I love about the ER2SE is nothing gets in the way of the mid-range. Voices sound really natural. So yeah, the only weakness that the ER2SE has is treble. It doesn't have airy treble. And yeah, other than that, it's very detailed. You get a nice mid-range. Just a complete sound. And under $100, I think this is the best IEM I've ever heard. Nothing even touches it in terms of the sound quality for under $100. So yeah, that's the ER2SE. Now let's talk about the ER4SR. So this you can get for about $110 to $150 depending on the value of it during the time. But yeah, the ER4SR is spot on. It does have better treble than the ER2SE, I'm guessing because of the balanced armature, and it is slightly more detailed than the ER2SE. So yeah, really good. I like both of these, the ER4SR and the ER2SE. The ER4SR does have a little bit of BA timbre to it. And yeah, other than that, it's very detailed. The only thing is the ER4SR and the ER2SE, they don't have a three-dimensional sound. But I don't think any of these IEMs in this price range have a three-dimensional sound where you get the sense of open, airy depth, where everything's just like floating and like everything is just going everywhere. Or that sense of immersion, just doesn't have that. So yeah, that's the ER4SR. Now let's talk about the C Audio Yume. So this is simply my favorite IEM that I've ever heard. In the budget category, I don't think I've heard a better IEM than the C Audio Yume. because you get a really, really good bass. The CIDO Yume has the best bass out of any of these other IEMs. So you get a punchy bass, the perfect amount of bass I could wish for, and the upper mid-range sounds very, very natural. It's almost scary how natural it sounds on the CIDO Yume. And voices sound like real life. That's how the CIDO Yume sound. And then the only weakness the CIDO Yume has, it doesn't have the best detail and the best separation. And the treble could use a little bit of work. But other than that, under $400 or $500, I haven't heard a better tuning than the CIDO Yume OG. And I've heard a lot of pairs, so believe me when I say that, this IEM is just spot on. Now let's talk about the Tin Hi-Fi P1 Max. So this is one of my favorite planars. You get okay bass, not as good as the CIDO Yume. It does lack a bit of a punch. And then the upper mid-range is relaxed on the calmer side. The treble's really smooth. You get a decent sense of openness and spaciousness. I would say in terms of being open and spacious, the Tin Hi-Fi P1 Max does the best job. Yeah, really, really good. So yeah, these are my top 5 favorite budget IEMs. And a lot of the other budget IEMs you see, a lot of them just aren't that great. And I'm not the biggest fan of budget IEMs because they're a lot of them are just bad. But yeah, these are my favorite ones. So I am gonna look into the Elysian Diva. And people wanted to see the IE600, but I might just get the Diva instead, because I heard really good things about that. So yeah, other than that, this is what I'll get. So out of all of these, if I had to only have one, it would be the CIDO Yume. It's not even close. If I couldn't afford a more expensive pair, or if I just had to live with an IEM, it would be the CIDO Yume. It's not really close for me, at least. If I wanted the most detail under $200, it's the ER4SR. It's that simple for me. And then if I don't want BA timbre, ER2SE. And then Moondrop True if I want the best budget pair. And I don't have more than $20 to spend. And then the Tin Hi-Fi P1 Max. I guess if you're into planars. So yeah, hopefully you guys found that helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.